There are examples of how we love in spite of hate and violence, state-sanctioned violence, and that's really at the core of both works. My name is Rafa Esparza. I'm an artist based here in Los Angeles. I'm showing two new works made out of adobe, and they're part of an ongoing series titled Me at the Logs, and they're showcasing sites of gay cruising parks in Los Angeles. There's two sides to them. On the front side are like these cropped images of landscapes from cruising parks, and then the back side is a sky with LAPD helicopters kind of like surveilling. I've had like long-standing relationship to cruising parks in Los Angeles, and I've been revisiting one of the parks. When the ice rate started to kind of like revamp last summer, I started to notice how more strongly surveilled that area was becoming. What I've been noticing is what feels like an intentional kind of like clearing of brush that creates cover for a lot of anonymous sexual encounters that happen in the park. It feels like a concerted effort to eradicate that life of the park. And so what I've been doing is documenting what I'm seeing as evidence of cruising in the park, collecting a lot of material from the ground, socks, condoms, tissue paper, and then also photographing markers that include sex graffiti that kind of mark a location in various ways. The adobe has like a very textured surface with some of the sediment that makes up the mix really close up to the surface. I think just feels like reflective of kind of like the atmosphere and the texture. So adobe is an ancient building material and process, very commonplace in dry, arid areas throughout the world. I guess first experience growing up and visiting my grandparents in Durango, Mexico, where my folks are from. I learned how to make adobe through my father. It was just like a way for us to reconnect and mend severed relationships. After I came out, he had like a really hard time coming to terms with it. But I asked him to teach me how to work with adobe in the hopes that we'd have like these really grand conversations. He agreed to teach me how to work with adobe, but it was like a very quiet process. I guess what I took from that experience is like this nonverbal way of communicating and holding a space together, dedicating our time and care for this thing that we're making together. And also, for me, working with adobe is a way to kind of like speak to different relationships to land. It's felt really important to, I don't know, revisit these places that are built out of pure desire to connect in moments where these already precarious places feel even more precarious. It feels really important to me to point to these places that I want to see, I don't know, exist and thrive and survive into the future.